Hello everyone, I thought I would start the vlog now as I'm on the train and I'm in an empty carriage. Yay! Today I've actually just come from Kent. We've been staying at Leo's parents last night, so I had already booked this and we had already planned to go down there, but I totally forgot because I panic booked. Talking of which, let's fast forward to last week when this miracle happened.
I've just been to see a show down in Trafalgar Square and I thought, while I'm in the area, I've got some time to kill. I'm just going to go and see if they have any tickets in November available for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I'm vlogging it now because if I manage to get tickets, I'd love to use this in a future vlog. Chances are I probably won't, but I want video evidence if this actually happens. So let's go to the Palace Theatre and see if I have a lucky day. Just had a lovely chat with David in the box office, who I actually spoke to a few months ago about trying to get tickets for the show. When he tells you that there's a front row ticket for both shows next Sunday, you don't say no. So I'm going to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child next week.
Yes, I have been incredibly lucky and managed to get my hands on some Harry Potter tickets. They are right here. And obviously the only thing I had to wear today was my Ron Weasley jumper. I couldn't not get this jumper out for this occasion. I've probably worn it twice in the 2 years that I've owned it, so it had to be worn today. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to vlog in the theatre itself. I'm not sure how strict they're going to be. I presume very. I personally haven't watched any vlogs of people going to Harry Potter, but I'm sure they've got merchandise and things, and I'd love to show you that if I can. So if I can, I will try. If not, we'll just see what happens, and I hope you enjoy the video.
Rukaya jumper on. I actually can't wait. I've got to get into the security queue now, so let's see how long this takes. Okay, just checking in. It's about an hour after part one finished. The queue for, you can see it back there, the queue for security to get in for part two has already started, which is crazy because it's about just before 5 and the second part starts at 6:30. Part one was incredible. Honestly, this is one of the best pieces of theatre I've ever seen. Visually, it's incredible. I really don't understand how they're doing some of the effects, and that's really frustrating for me because I love to know how they do things. Being front row, I can see how some of them are happening, so I love that. But just thinking of heading towards the house of Mina Lima just to see if basically it's some of the graphic designers who did some of the Harry Potter work. They're literally just around the corner somewhere, so I'm going to try and find them and just pop in there for a bit. longer this time, looping all the way back around to the box office, which is hilarious. Just did a full lap round the theatre for nothing. Cute, went all the way around. But go in and watch part 2. Was insane. I'm home now and that was an incredible day. I don't really have the capacity to talk about it all right now, so I'm going to film my thoughts tomorrow. So good night from this Rukaya, and other Rukaya will see you tomorrow. Hello everyone, as I mentioned in the previous section that you just watched, I'm going to talk about the show now. It's been almost 24 hours since I saw the show, so I feel like I've had some time to think on it and just, I mean, I've had a Harry Potter hangover today. I'm so sad to not be seeing the show again right now. It's really hard as well to even begin to talk about this show. Obviously, it is 2 parts. It is the longest show that I've ever seen. Collectively, it's what, just under 5 hours total showtime? And that is a feat of theatre. I mean, that's incredible. I'm normally pretty bad when it comes to getting to this part of videos because it's normally after the show straight away and I'm just kind of blabbling thoughts straight out of my head. But I thought I'd actually sit down with the programme just now and have a little look through it, properly write down all the cast members' names that I wanted to mention, and just some of the bits about the show really. My battery just died and I had to start again, sorry. So as I said, I've written down a couple of key points that I want to talk about the show. A quick note about the programme as well, actually. I've got the little programme here, which was £5, which is really affordable for a theatre programme nowadays, and it's really beautiful. I mean, you can see the front there, and then it's got the beautiful image of the Palace Theatre, and it's got so much information in it about the show, about Harry Potter, and normally you get loads of adverts in programmes like this, but really the adverts are just kind of at the back, and most of them are related to theatre or Potter. So amazing programme. Definitely pick it up when you go. Another thing I love about the programme is that they've actually listed all of the understudies and covers, which is really rare nowadays. Most shows I go to, they don't really advertise who's understudying in the show, and that just really frustrates me because I just find it really interesting to see who understudies which characters. Okay, moving on to the show. Obviously, I've told you how I managed to get the tickets. Oh, I'm so lucky. I cannot believe that I managed to see it from the front row. Yes, I paid £130. Oh my god. But it was so worth it. If I was ever going to pay over £100 to see technically 2 shows, but a show, obviously it was going to be Harry Potter. Thank you again, once again, to David at the box office. If you happen to be watching this, you were a pleasure to talk to. Thank you for finding these amazing tickets for me and selling them to me. I was slightly worried about being front row for the view, but you got really good leg room. The stage isn't too high, as I showed in some of the clips, and honestly, okay, yeah, I had to sit up a little bit to see some parts, just when they started on the floor or something. Apart from that, it wasn't a problem. Obviously, I paid more because even though it is a Friday 40 ticket, I didn't win it in the lottery, so that's why I paid a more expensive price. Obviously, if you win those tickets in the lottery, they're going to be £40. I'm pretty sure that I had most of the principal cast on for this show, apart from Scorpius. I think it's a real testament to an actor or an actress when you go to see a show and you don't even think twice and just believe that they are the main principal cast member for a role. Because it was actually only when I was messaging my friend Gemma this morning, shout out to you Gemma, you are my go-to Harry Potter fangirl, and she said, oh, so you didn't see, I think his name is Anthony Doyle. So then I obviously looked it up, and he'd actually tweeted me a few minutes before that, which was so out of the blue and lovely. And I'm gonna say his name wrong and I'm really sorry, but it's James
Lelachère, which is an epic name, and I really hope I've done a decent job in saying that. He was playing Scorpius, and I mean, it's hard because I'd really avoided anything Cursed Child. I didn't want to see any spoilers. I barely looked at any set photos. I just completely like blacklisted it from like my section of the internet. I didn't want to be spoiled at all. And obviously this included cast. I totally didn't even really know the cast members' names or anything before going in. The way he played the role and the chemistry he had with everyone on stage was just superb, and it's definitely one of the most incredible performances in theatre that I've personally ever seen. I saw Sam Clement playing Albus, and their chemistry together was so perfect, and this show is very much a story about friendship, and so the way that they played that together, it was just really, really lovely to watch, and heartbreaking at times, but mostly lovely. Then obviously we have the glorious Golden Trio played by Jamie Parker, who is Harry Potter, Paul Thornley as Ron Weasley, and Noma Dumezweni. I've never heard her name said out loud, so if I messed that up, I am truly sorry. But she played Hermione Granger, and oh my god, did she play it amazingly. I was just so thrilled with all of them because it was so much like seeing the real crux of the Golden Trio portrayed on stage, and it was beautiful. And it made my heart so happy. They did such a good job. They did it so well, and any qualms about this casting, not that I had any. When there was that whole like uproar about a person of colour playing Hermione, I was like, you know what? If she plays the role well, if they trust her to do it well, who cares? And honestly, she's got Hermione Granger down to a T. It's incredible. I mean, they're just all phenomenal. I cannot sing the praises of this cast enough. They were just so good. I have to say though, not only are the principal cast phenomenal, but the whole ensemble, like this show would not be half as good as it is without the ensemble and the efforts that they put into it. I found that the set for me was very minimalistic in comparison with some sets that I've seen, and the transitions in between sets were very much controlled by the whole cast, not just the ensemble, everyone. There was a lot of movement and like objects that have been left on the floor, fascinating ways for them to take them off stage, and then you knew obviously that this is a transition, the scene has changed. And that was just fascinating to watch. There were really simple things that made it magical. Obviously they had massive capes, and I never realised how fascinating I would find capes on stage. But they would like whip them around, and then there'd be an amazing little sound to go with this, and they'd use it to kind of cover objects and then take them off stage, and I just found that so simple but so magical. Obviously this is a hashtag keep the secrets vlog, but the effects were just mind-boggling. I mean, truly, there is magic happening on that stage. Effects wise, the only show I think I can compare it to is Ghost the musical, obviously in the West End in the previous UK tour. I can't talk for the other tours, but those ones that I've seen, they were shows that had effects, and I would watch them and just think, how have you done that? And some of the effects you can work out. From the front row, I must say, you can see how some of the effects are done. So if you completely don't want to be spoiled on that, my friend Gemma, again, she sat in the dress circle, I believe, in the third row. And apparently you couldn't see how anything was being done from there. So perhaps if you can afford to get tickets, not through the lottery, you might want to take that into consideration. I personally don't mind. I'm quite an impatient person, so I like to know how things are done. So seeing how some of them were achieved I liked that, but I can understand how some people wouldn't. In literally the first scene, there's an effect that my jaw dropped at. I mean, and I knew that other people around me were the same. We were all just like, how have you done that? It's magic. Actual, legitimate, straight from Hogwarts magic on that stage. Something else that I found really magical and beautiful was the music used in this show. As soon as you walk into the theatre, you can tell straight away, this isn't a spoiler, because like you've probably seen photos of it, but it's at a station. That's all I'm saying. And there's I can't remember what it's called, but you know when there's sound already playing in the theatre when you go in there? Well, basically it's like those little background sounds of a train station, and that just really wonderfully set the mood. I think it's called like soundscaping or something like that, and that just was so lovely. It was almost like kind of coming home to the Harry Potter fandom and the Harry Potter world. I'm not usually a play person. If you ask me to pick a musical or a play, I'll pretty much always say musical, but the way they used music in this show was just so wonderful, and it didn't matter that they weren't singing. They were definitely dancing at points, but I didn't miss like songs, which is really unusual for me. But the music just did it. It was so stunning. I believe it's by Imogen Heap, and it makes a lot of sense because it's got that very ethereal, whimsical, magical element to it, and it's just fascinating. I'm really excited to see how Harry Potter and the Cursed Child does at the Olivier Awards next year, because for me personally, the story, the music, the sets, the lights, the sound, everything, and the costumes, oh my god, the costumes, the makeup, everything was so wonderful. The only annoying thing is that now all I want to do is go back and see it again. It's not going to happen anytime soon, is it? I think I'm going to wrap it up here for now, because I'm sure there's so much more that I want to say about this show, but I won't be able to fit it in this video, and I don't want to spoil anyone, so I'm gonna shut up. But just know that no matter how much you pay to see this show, but please don't buy from a ticket tout, only buy from the legitimate sources. You can find the ATG and the NIMAX ticket websites on the main Harry Potter website. If you buy from a ticket tout, they are likely not gonna let you in. Just don't risk it. Buy from the official places. But honestly, however much you pay, if you are a Harry Potter fan, this is something you have to see. I know it's been a long one, but I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do give it a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, and maybe subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more from me in the future. I make theatre videos like this, and there's potentially going to be another Harry Potter related video very soon, so subscribe if you want to look forward to that. Please let me know as well if you've seen Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, but do keep the comment section spoiler free. I don't want anyone to be spoiled. I hope you're all doing well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!